Dear student, in the last lecture, if you remember, we learned about the bile acids. The bile acids, uh, we learned that it is the one of the liver which secrete the clear golden yellow color viscous fluid is known as the bile, and it is stored in the gallbladder and it is useful for the digestive system. We also learned in the last lecture that the bile consists of inorganic ions like chlorine, sodium, potassium, as well as the organic compounds. So, in the organic compound, the main constituent in our body is the bile acids, bile pigment fluids. Okay, and these bile acids are mainly present in the form of sodium salt along with the amide like glycine, taurine. Okay, example of this is given here, that is a sodium glycolate, which is nothing but the composition of glycine and cholic acid, or sodium taurocolate. It is the composition of taurine and cholic acid. Okay, so if you look at the structure of bile acid, so bile acid is abundantly found in the human bile, and in that the main component of the bile acid is the cholic acid, which is present about the 25 to 60% in that bile acid. Then in deoxycholic acid 5 to 25%, chenodeoxycholic acid which is present about 30 to 50%, and they are differ only in position from each other and as well as the number of hydroxyl group present. So in the bile acids, the position of hydroxyl group may be at the position number, that is a carbon number 6, 3, 7, 11, 12 or 23, and most of cases the hydroxyl group is present at the alpha position. Now if you look at the structure of bile acids, so bile acids are nothing but what are these? These are the hydroxy derivatives of cholic acid and allocholic acid. So these are some of the structures of bile acid, that is a 5 beta cholanic acid and 5 alpha cholanic acid. Now, biological importance of bile acids. So, bile acids, they are mainly help in the absorption of cholesterol, fat, soluble vitamins like A, D, K, etc. by forming the water soluble complexes. These bile acids are also keep our cholesterol in solution form if the ratio between the bile acids and cholesterol fall between more than normal. Another important role of bile acid is that they facilitate the digestion of the fats by emulsifying them, and therefore they can increase the surface area of the material for pancreatic enzymes. Bile acids are also very activate the enzyme cholesterol. Their name is a esterase and parapancreate lipase. Bile acids which are present in the bile, they are enter in our intestine within the stomach, and later on they are rapidly absorbed in the blood. So next type of steroid is the steroidal alkaloids. So steroidal alkaloids are represent one of the important class of the alkaloids because they are essentially afford a close relationship to the sterol. These sterols are also referred as other steroids, and these steroids occur in the plant kingdom as a glycosidal composition with the carbohydrates. Now these glycosides are found in the plants. They are belonging to the family. Their name is the Solanaceae. Now steroidal alkaloids are also broadly divided into the solanum alkaloids and veratrum alkaloids. These are the two types of steroidal alkaloids. Now in solanum alkaloids, again the type is the solanine T, which is obtained from potato, and solanine S, which is obtained from the fruit of capsicum annum, that is nothing but the chili. And all these bile acid steroidal alkaloids, on hydrolysis they give the sugar molecules. Okay, and these solanine S, which is one of the important part of what the solanum alkaloid, that solanine S have one more additional tertiary hydroxyl groups. Now this is the structure of solanine T, which is the hydroxyl group is present at carbon number 3, and basically there is a tetracyclic ring system along with the 2, 6 and 5 member ring is there. Now the steroidal alkaloids, their biological importance. So steroidal alkaloid, first biological importance is that they are used as a hypertensive agent because where they exert their action through the reflex inhibition of precursor receptors in the heart. Then these steroidal alkaloids are possess emetic action. Emetic action, it means that they are used when there is a food poisoning is there, because sometimes what will happen, suppose any person have got the food poisoning. At that time the steroidal alkaloids are given. Because of that the vomiting will be there, and that poison will be removed from the stomach of that particular person or people. So that is called as a emetic action. Then steroidal alkaloids are used in the treatment of toxemia of pregnancy. So what is the means of toxemia of pregnancy? Toxemia of pregnancy nothing but during the pregnancy the blood pressure of the humans uh, was rises or increases high. So to minimize that blood pressure of the student, that particular woman's, the alkaloids are given at that time to the woman who is going to be deliver the pregnancy. So that is called as a toxemia pregnancy. So those steroidal alkaloids are used during the pregnancy. Then steroidal alkaloids are used as a medicine. As we know all over, the alkaloids are very important for the as a medicine for different diseases. Then solanum type of glycoalkaloids are used. They are namely gastrointestinal tract irritant. That is, they are used uh, in the treatment of intestine related disease. Then they are used during the ulceration, where there is any kind of ulcer in the intestine. Then hemorrhage, stomach pains, constipation and diarrhea. So there are various rules of steroidal alkaloids. Now steroidal hormones, the last topic we learn in this lecture, that is what the steroidal hormones. So steroidal hormone, that is hormones we know, these are the organic compound which is secreted by the ductless glands. Okay, they are called ductless because they do not have any kind of tube to carry that alkaloid, and these hormones are steroids, so they are called as the steroidal alkaloids. And these steroidal hormones are divided into the two types, sex hormones and adrenal cortex hormone, and all they are obtained from cholesterol, and they are differ only in the side chain attached to it and the ring structure. So these are the steroidal alkaloids. Now this is what the structure of steroidal alkaloids. So steroidal hormones are mainly corticosteroids. Typically they are made in the adrenal cortex, and the sex steroidal which is typically made in the gonads or placenta. Example is the estradiol. So this is the structure of estradiol, which is one of the steroidal hormone. So dear student, will stop in this lecture where we learn that what are the alkaloids and what are the structure of bile acids. In the coming lecture we'll see the remaining part of this steroid syllabus. Okay, thank you.